Hi guys, we reached reform, sir. So I'm going to a tongue machine. Why that happening? My head hurts.
Hey guys, good afternoon.
Why are you so late?
Because, matter of fact, you have to answer good afternoon first.
Good afternoon first.
Thank you, please. So, I just came in from Excel. Dion and I spoke to them about your stuff today, and
hold on, hold on,
and
sir. Hello, good afternoon.
yes, good afternoon, Sheldon. How are you doing? Hey, Don, what's up?
Okay, sir.
I mean, this is what I'm up to. Talk.
Yes, sir. What you say now?
No, I need to respond. 1 minute there.
Who I respond to who now? Don? Oh, well.
The other day it was Sheldon and Dion. I thought Don had my back pretty much, but clearly it is 3 against 1.
Murder. That's it.
Murder. It's not murder, it's murder. All right.
Murder.
So I have I mean I have you guys on my mind so much. But
Mm.
I'm trusting that you guys are well. You guys are doing
Please don't call my
okay.
name in your sleep.
Sir, go in the
Um,
chat. Go in the
well,
chat.
well, well, guess what? Even if I do, um,
You can take Gabby.
my, my, my wife understands. My wife understands because I think she'll hear me on the phone so much with yes, Dion, no, Dion, okay, Dion, so she will know that.
No, sir.
But
I man, you know.
if me go call Don name, now she gonna say me name ain't about Don before I owe Don. So should have heard me talk up, should have heard me calling name for Foundation 2, Foundation 3, pre-calculus, no
Yes,
statistics, yeah man.
yes.
So she said, "Oh Dion, that's the same Dion." Say yes, that's the with God, that's the Dion. But hold on,
Yes.
please. Tell
Classes
me.
are in trouble.
But
Uh,
anyway,
uh,
the good thing
tell
about it
her,
is that,
hold on. Yeah, tell her, hold on.
but no, the good thing about it is that she recognizes that I'm a teacher, and in her words, very out of order words is that I'm common. You know, I remember one summer, we were funny joke. One summer we were coming back. Well, we were planning on a return to Jamaica from Florida, and we at home. I will pack, I will pack, I will pack, I will pack, I will pack. And when we finish pack and lock up the suitcase and say yes, we're ready. But be them and say yeah, we're good. When we check us up, before we look at each other and say, where we are, we go back. We pack up all of the clothes them and we say, we now open the suitcase again. So what we had to do was to go to the mall, which is just down the road from us, to buy something to wear. And no, but could you know, top?
Yes, it's our thing up at top.
So when we got to the mall, you know, we're walking fast, you know, because we want to just go pick up something Old Navy, so we can just, you know, say, boy, at this way we're go back, so we can just get rid of. I think we're leaving the same day, if I'm not mistaken. And I walked in the mall and I said, what? That person look like Tanisha, so. And I said, oh. I said, no, man. And when I said it, the person was just walking by and I stopped and I said, no, that person looks awfully. And when I turned around, the person said, Mr. Sean. And she run and she jump on me and she take her 2 foot and lap me. And she really,
Sir,
Sorry, come on.
wife, me
okay.
as a wife would have certainly said, excuse me.
Just excuse me and never
No.
start me car with my bag.
No, but guess what? So I am here prying off Talisha off me, and the primary prior off is the tighter she hold me. I said, okay.
What a hole!
I said, this is going to be an interesting flight back home.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know I'm going to have a conversation about this thing. So we were talking, and we said, okay, so how are you doing now? And she did her talk. I said, guess what? Got to run here, we're catching a flight a little later. And when I walk up, I say, you know, this is one of my students, you know, and I didn't even know she was saying, wait a minute, you're come on, look how long you're teaching, move on. And I was like, excuse
Oh,
me.
my God. What a wife.
I said, no, I mean, that's no. So you call me, come on. But you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, I've been teaching for quite a while, so, and the truth of the matter is, I keep saying this, some of my very best friends now are my past students, you know. But anyhow, so I trust that you guys are well. I have been thinking about you guys since our last class. Truth of the matter is, Dion, today's not
Sorry, I have
the
to
day.
hold again. I have to run to the gate to pick up something. Hold on.
All right, guys. So what I was saying is that what I like about class on Tuesday is that Dion was challenged in understanding something, and what I really, really, really appreciate is the fact of how you, Don, and Sheldon, you know, came in and gave the sort of encouragement for Dion. And, you know, when she was saying, sir, just move on, I said, nope. And we stopped there, and, you know, which is what I like.
Small, sir.
Yes, man. We're too
Too
small.
And we have to hold each other and carry each other.
Absolutely. You know, that's the conversation I had with Francine today. And I said, Francine, there's supposed to be a 5th person in the class. And I spoke to the 5th person today. And I said, if you don't come to my class, we just call it a day. It's better for me to run with 4 people that I know are serious than to go with 5 to make up numbers and I have to be fighting. That's just how I look at it. So I'm going to encourage us to just continue staying and sticking with each other. So with that said, I sent you something. I was preparing some notes and I sent you guys some stuff. When I was doing the solution, I recognized that based on one of the things that I wrote 21, but when I was doing the calculation myself, I reckoned I had a 22nd number in it. And I said that I was going to send it over, but I went to work, got caught up, I left Excel after 4, and then I had to stop off.
The rain started.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, trust me. So when I
was talking to Sheldon, I said, Sheldon, I want to use this room because when rain starts, a mountain view, and don't stop.
and then you recognize down how the other side of Mountain View Digo. Oh my goodness. So I just reaching. So that's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. Just reaching.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Now I was just saying, Dion, that one of the things that I liked on Tuesday, that really gave me an encouragement to the point where come Wednesday morning, I got up and I started preparing some notes for you guys, and I think I sent you all the notes, read the class. Then very nice, if I'm not mistaken, because I was so encouraged, when I heard when you said to me that I must just go ahead, and then your other two classmates says nope, we're not leaving you. Come, do this something. It was really encouraging to me, and this is the sort of thing that I really want us to be doing, holding each other's hands so that we can move on. So I sent you work.
What were you saying about school? You say you talked to somebody.
Yeah, man, I will link you. I'll link you, but I just said I was working on your stuff, your personal stuff today.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so there's a mosquito.
I do the work.
I was also about to ask, who did the work? Anybody do my work? Sheldon did my work? Don't did my work?
Eh? I know you're wasted, Donnie. Yes, no, look here. All right, let me tell you, my dad is in the hospital from last night at UA, so I have not slept much, just coming in from work. I'm really, but I did my homework for both classes for today.
All right, girl. I called for you and I to work together, but you go, girl.
Very nice. All right, so a very, I don't even know what to say. Student called me today to say, none of the beautiful ones, in you and Dawn, Dion, but the other one, the other student, and incidentally, the question was named of that student too. I made an error. Instead of saying 21, I gave you an extra number. But can you see my screen?
It's 22, sir.
It's 22, but so when I was doing the solution, I recognized that I had made an error with the inputting an extra number in the one that I sent off to you. So having done the question, I am going to ask.
You better eat the food over there.
Oh,
So.
Jesus, have mercy. Hold on for me, please. Oh, my goodness gracious. Why would she do that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my head. Oh, my head. Oh, my head. My head hurt me, man. I want to sleep. Mm. Mm.
Oh, Jesus.
Please don't tell me what I think it is. Something to do with hurting somebody's self?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody hang themselves?
Attempted suicide. Oh, my God, help me, Lord.
No, sir. My mother gave me one bag of balling last night. Now I can't manage it too much. Mm. Mm. Well, she's still alive, right?
Yeah, but as a student that I'm journeying, she's going through some problems, and
Mm-mm.
oh my Lord, why would she do that though? Honestly.
Devil.
But as a student, I have her classmates. Oh goodness, my mind. Oh Lord. Ah,
Oh, Shalom. Somebody was saying no attempted suicide.
honestly, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let us see if let
Yes.
us see if we can continue.
Yes, student.
Wow. All right. Mm. Let me see if I can focus now, please. The Forgive me though. Her mother says to me that her mother says to me that
Sir, talk about it. We don't know who it is. Get it off of
no,
your
it's
chest.
no. As a student that I have been journeying with since the school year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she has said some stuff to me, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm journeying with her.
Yes.
And so the mother just sent me a message. She said that she attempted suicide this morning and is currently in the hospital. And
Mm-hmm.
so I am calling the mother, and the mother is not answering. So I asked her I said to her to please answer. She said she's very emotional and she don't want to break anyone down. So I must give her 20 minutes. She'll get to the hospital and
Mm-hmm.
she'll have her speak to me. But let me just stop and say this, guys. Times are hard. Life is rough.
Jesus.
Um, but
Mm.
what was that, Gabby?
Yeah.
Good evening, Gabby. Times are rough. These are
Mm-hmm.
some tough times,
Oh, yeah.
but it 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 doesn't spell sense for you to go and try hurting yourself.
Nope.
Um, the truth of the matter is when you ouch, you don't know how many people care about you.
And I'm willing to help you. Just need patience.
Absolutely. And guess what? And you wouldn't know because when it's dead and gone and it affects so many people, teachers included, you don't have a
Mm-hmm.
clue, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this is somebody that every morning I get up I will be talking to because of what it is that the person has been sharing with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And just send me a message, just say something to me, just talk to me. I've had a student in the past who was at a pier one morning about one late night about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock a morning to jump off to kill herself. And she called me, she said, "Sir, you're the last person I'm supposed to be talking to." I was like, "What are you doing?" And she told me, and I said, "Hold on, do me a favor. We can talk about it first before you jump off, please." And she said, "Sure." And we talk and we talk and we talk. And I said, "We need some sleep. You can wait until tomorrow when you come to school and finish talk about it." And she says, "No, sir. Tonight is supposed to be the last night I live." And I said, "No." I said, "Why?" We
Mm.
pray, we talk about it. And I was just on the phone with her the
The
whole
devil is a
time.
liar. The
And
devil is a liar.
trust me, and when I got to school in the morning, I couldn't even teach my class. I was just with the student, nice, pretty girl, talking to. And for what it is that she was going through, I said, don't go through that. And she stayed with the course, but for the life of me, from she finished the course, I'm trying to touch base with her and don't know what she did. And I just pray to God that she didn't take her life. But anyhow, let us continue. It's tough, but guys, please don't do anything harsh. Um, you,
Mm-mm.
you don't
Nothing
want
in
it.
this life.
You don't
And
want
when
it.
them called me the other day and say, if me not pay a certain amount of money, them are going to repossess and all these things. Nothing
You
in this
don't want it.
life, hear that,
You
can
don't want it.
ever make me set my life. You're mad out and
And
give
guess what?
satisfaction to the devil, the devil.
Guess
You're
what?
mad.
Make them come after the car, the house,
Must
the
to my
land. Them come after everything.
God.
Trust me. Anyway, guys. Sorry to put a damp on the class, but I mean, I had to explain
Oh
and I read the
man, that's
message.
all right.
All right. So,
All right.
so
Okay.
yeah, man. Thanks much. So the word that I sent had an extra number inside here. So don't worry about it. I mean, I'm happy that you guys were able to complete the assignment. So I'm going to be using this example
I
that I
make
would
it
have
right.
done. No, don't worry about it. I'm going to be using this example that I would have completed, um, so that you can prove what it is that we're doing. So I don't want you to change what it is that you have, because what it is that you have with the 22, you're going to do you're going to do in class for me, the activity with that question while I work it myself, and to see if it is that you're getting the same answer as I get. Right. So tonight is going to be a very tedious one, not a difficult class, but it's a class that will contain a lot of calculation. All right, so let's go. So what we're doing now, having completed, pretty much I've completed unit 2, but I'm looking at another version of it. So we know how to calculate the measures of central tendency. What are the measures of central tendency again?
Mean more than median.
Very good. The mean, the mode, the median, right? So that's the measure of central tendency, the mean, the mode, the median.
Mm-hmm.
And we went through a whole lot of calculations last class to calculate the mean, the mode, the median of, of different sets of data. All right. Now, what it is that we are looking at in particular is to estimate the mean from grouped data. Sometimes the data given is, when you collect your data, it is ungrouped. Um, and there are times when the data comes grouped. When the data comes grouped, you don't know certain things. Some things you don't know when the data is grouped. You just have to assume some things, right? So if the data is ungrouped, you are fine. But if the data comes grouped, you only can estimate, all right? But the estimation will be very close to the actual, all right? So let's go. So we're looking at a review of the measures of central tendency. And I said Sheldon counted 21 water lilies. You would have 22, but we're not changing your 22. We're keeping your 22 because you're going to be doing an activity in class with me, for me today. Do me a favor. Which extra number you have inside of yours? 59, 65, 61. Which extra number you have? See if I can find it. Let's see. 59, 65, 61, 62, 53, 55, 60, 70, 64. Okay, so I have an extra 56 in here. Are you hearing me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
All right, so I have an extra 56 in here, and I'm going to put extra 56 right here so that I know when I'm doing my calculation, I'm going to put it in yellow so it's very fair. So when I know when I'm doing my calculation, I just going to, I'm going to put an extra 56 here, right? So the measures of central tendency, once we talk about the measures of central tendency again, we're talking about our mean, our mode, and our median. We're talking about the mean, the mode, and the median. So once we're talking about measures of central tendency, we're talking about mean, mode, and median. So it says to determine the mean, the mode, the median. No, pretty simple. So for the mean, you'll go ahead and add up all of these numbers and then divide by the number of numbers. So let me tell you what did you get for your answer?
Sir, we got 61.14, but of course that is for the 22.
61.14?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me put 1289 plus 56 equal divided by 22. I didn't get that though. Because 1289 plus 56 divided by 22. I suppose you get 61.13. Anybody got that? Talk to me now.
What's the sum when you add all, sir? What's the sum?
What you should have for your sum is 1345. What did you get for your sum?
1342.
Hold on a minute, please. All right, I'm going to start here.
Sheldon, what you got?
Which one is that sir asking about now?
You got 1344.
For which one?
The
What did you
same
get for
one.
this? What did you get for the sum of all the numbers when you add them?
1345.
Yeah, 1345. And when you divide that by 22, what do you get?
61.14.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I know.
You want to check that again for me, Dawn?
I'm doing so, sir.
All right. What did that young man get? Sheldon.
Sir, just talk your talk, I'm a listen.
And then 61 points in there.
I'm waiting on you, you're Dawn. So tell me if you get the 1345.
Okay, I didn't know you were waiting on me.
Yeah, man. Gabriel, did you do the homework?
I didn't get the chance though.
Little miss, don't make me a follow here.
So I was going to ask you to scroll up so I can see the numbers so I can do the calculation.
It's in the WhatsApp group, you know. And the question here is different from the one that is in the group because I left out a number. So refer to the WhatsApp group. All right, so you'd have gotten 61.14. I got 61.38 because, as I said before, I made an error by putting an extra 56 when I was typing the question. That shouldn't be there, but don't draw with the question. You guys did the question for the most part, and I'm grateful for that. What is the mode?
63.
What's the mode?
63.
No.
No.
Yeah, and remember the mode is the ones that occur the most.
Hold on. Maybe I never see it correctly. Hold on. All right, I meant to write 62, but I guess I mistake the 3 for 2. I don't know why. Because as I say, I'm tired. And I was
But
not.
hold on though. Based on how I gave you the question, that is incomplete. What would you have gotten for the mode?
56 and 62.
56 and 62. Because remember, I had an extra 56 in my stuff, you know. So you should have 156 here, 256 here, and you should have a third 56. You should have a third, because I remember I made an error by putting an extra 56 in the question. So you should have an extra 56 there. So the mode should be 56 and 62. Look at it again, Dion.
I'm looking. Yeah, I have 362 and 1, 2, 356. All right, so those it should be 62 plus 50.
Remember, you're not
Oh,
close.
not plus, just 62 and 56 then.
Very good. Right. So 62 and 56. You're not adding anything to them. Right? Good job. What's the median now? How do we find the median?
Median is, yeah, add the two that are in the middle, which will be 61. So 61 plus 61 equals to 122. Divide that by 2 and you get 61. So the median is 61.
Good job. Got that right, Don?
Yes, sir.
Sheldon, is he back with us?
I don't know, I must have gone collect something.
All right. Gabby, are you okay with those questions so far?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Very well, guys. I mean, I'm really very proud of you guys. So as I said before, you notice I'm having here underneath here group size. So I need your undivided. I just need to know if Sheldon is here so that I can
Him not answering me, that means him not here. Must have stepped away.
Okay.
Let's,
All right. So I just wait for maybe another minute for him to come back. I really want him to be here for this piece. Gabby, you have another minute to just look at something. So it is that he can see what is happening. Hold on for me 1 minute, please, guys.
yes, sir.
Dion, can you check to see if Sheldon is back, please?
I typed, I said, let us know when you're back. Him don't reply.
Okay. Okay, I think he responded. All right.
He did.
Yeah. All right, so let's just continue then. So we're going to look at group size. We're looking at group size. And I'm going to be reading and just explaining some stuff as I go along. So I'm going to ask you for your undivided attention for about 10 minutes. And then if you need to do something, if you need to run over Sheldon, just let me know. So it is that we can just pause. It says,
Okay.
it says group size. And we're looking at range. So range is determined by subtracting the minimum value from the maximum value when the data is arranged in numerical order, right? So if you want to find the range of the data, you arrange it in numerical order and you're going to subtract the smallest from the biggest, and that will give you the range of the data. The range of the data tells you how far the data spans, all right? And the formula is there. Range is equals to maximum value minus minimum value, all right? Wherever I'm explaining and you're not understanding, please to stop me and ask me. I wrote this just as how I'll be talking to you. So the language is a little different from how you may be reading somebody's notes, because this is me writing how I will be talking to the class. So to calculate an approximate group size, we divide the range by how many groups you would like. So we're going to round the group size up to a simple value. For example, like 2 instead of 1.83. So when you divide the number, you get 1.83. We just simply round it up to the whole number, and we're going to call it 2. We're not using any decimal for our class or group size, right? Sometimes we call it class width also, right? Group size or class width, all right? Or 5 instead of 4.26. So, sir, but 4.26 is closer to 4 than it is 5. Yeah, man. But we're going to call it 5. For the group size, we are always going to be rounding up, right? So we're going to size up, and this is what size up means. We are sizing up or rounding up to a simple value. Let me use round up. R-O-U-N-D. Round up to some simple value. All right? Now, so this is what we're saying. So now to obtain 4 groups, so I want 4 groups from the set of data that you are given. And I'm going to ask you not to use your data just now, just to focus on my data, because the calculations were done using my 21 numbers as opposed to the 22 that I erroneously sent to you. All right? So now to obtain 4 groups, we're going to calculate the range of the data. So the first thing I must do is what?
It's in order.
So recall that the data must be in ascending or ascending order. Powers, you remember powers? Jesus is not pre-calculus agreeing. O-R-D-E-R. Ascending or descending order. All right? So I'm going to start. So I'll go 53, 56, 56. You will have an extra 56 and go all the way up. At 70 is my largest number. All right? So the range is going to be 70 minus my 53. The largest number, the maximum value, minus the minimum value. 70 minus 53 is going to be equal to 17. That is 17 divided by 4 groups. I want 4 groups. I want 4 groups. So since I want 4 groups, what I'm going to be doing is dividing by 4 here. So that's I'm putting this 17 over 4, and I'm going to get 4.25. No. Remember, if we get 4.26 or 4.25, what number we can call it? 5. Because we're rounding up. Remember, we're rounding up, We round up.
Well, what I learned in math.
No. That's different, Dion. Different. What I'm saying to you
So
is
when would it stay at 4?
when it is that you're rounding off. But
But
I'm saying,
sir, but even if should I say around that, but it's 4.26, so that makes sense to go 5 instead of 4 because I want 6 and 5 are greater around up. So
yes, because what is going to happen is that I'm going to be able to not account for some of the values. I have to get it bigger so I can account for all the values. So I'm not rounding off numbers now, Leon. I understand and agree with what it is that you're saying. So this is why I'm saying to you here, to calculate the approximate group size, we divide the range by how many groups you would like. Round that group, round up to some simpler value, right? So this 4.26, this 4.25, I'm sorry, is going to be round up to 5. All right? We're not rounding off the number, we're just rounding up. All right? To get the class size. So, okay, hold on. Yes, sir. How may I help you? Mm-hmm. 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 It's in the WhatsApp group. All right. So I can resend it again. Yeah. So you're not coming to class tonight. That's what you're saying. Okay, sir. All right. No problem. But yeah, man, I can resend it in the group because I'm in class with your classmates now, and I'm going to be sending the notes that are the additional notes that I'm doing for tonight, so you can see those when I send it. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. All right, forgive me. That was your classmate, your classmate in absentia. All right. So right here. So yes on.
I would like to know if the range is equal, the maximum minus the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
why we have to place it in ascending or descending order, the numbers that we get.
Because you may miss the maximum or minimum. So you see, you can go through the numbers and pick out the large one, you know. But because you may have a set of, you may have a whole lot of data, you may see, um, you may see 70 and think 70 is the largest, but there is another number that is larger than 70. Could be a 71. So when you arrange the number, you will not make any errors.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And besides, in doing these calculations, at some point in time, the data will have to be arranged in ascending or descending order.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And tell me why I have to arrange it if I'm doing the measures of central tendency. Because I want to calculate what? Which of them?
Median.
The median. Very good. So at some point in time, we will have to do them in increasing or decreasing order. All right. So the group size is going to be 5. So we agree that the group size is going to be 5. All right. So look at what Sir did. Sir said, okay, fine. The group size is 5, and I am at 53 the lowest. So I'm going to say, you know what? 51 to 55. Uh-oh, sir, that's not group 5. Yeah, man, count. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So you're including 51 in your count. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. All right? And after 55, we move into another group. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Then another group, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Then another group, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. All right? So when you put your group together, you notice that it don't make sense to start from 49 to 50, 49, 50, from 46 to 51, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, or 47 or 45, because I don't have any 40s numbers inside here. All right? And you may say, but sir, you could start at 52. Yes, I could start at 52 because it still will take into consideration all of those numbers. So I am going to look at my data. I'm looking at my data, and I'm going to count how many numbers, and look again Dawn. Why it is important now for, or not really important, but it will spell much sense in you arranging your data, because when you're creating your frequency is just telling you how many times something happens. The frequency at which I go to the barbers, the frequency at which I go into the refrigerator, the frequency with which I spend, it means how often you spend, how often you go to the barber, how often you go into the refrigerator, how often the numbers appear. So we're looking at 51 to 55. 51 to 55, there are only 2 such numbers. So you see, Dion, it is easy for you to just pick out the numbers when you arrange them. So as opposed to be looking through all of these numbers to find out which one is that, you're bound to miss something. So me now looking at the numbers, I can say 51 to 55 is 2, then 56 to 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I can write my 7 down here. Then I have 61 to 65, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 66 to 70, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what needs to happen right here is for you to recognize that these are my frequencies. Now look at what I'm going to put right here. TOTAL. Add up those numbers and tell me what you get, please.
This year 22.
Oh, you will get 22, but I will get 21 right here.
I was just guessing, you know.
All right? Because 7 and 2, that's 9. 9 and 8, that's 17. And 17 and 4, that's 21. But let me tell you how you would know now. You see this 21? This 21 is very important. Let me highlight it a little. That 21 is very important, and I'm going to tell you why it's important. It's important because the original question would have said to you, Sheldon counted 21 water lilies. So that number, when you check, when you add up your when you add up your frequency, that number has to be the same number as what I've started off with. And that's one of the checks and balances that you do to make sure that you have accounted for all the numbers. Get me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, suddenly, all the original data set gets lost. Only the group data survived. The question is, can we calculate the mean, mode, and median from just the table? What I'm saying to you right here, guys, when I say that the data gets lost, I can't tell you that I have 252 lie. I can't tell you that I have 153 and 155. I no longer can tell you that I have one of the numbers being 53 and the other number being 55 because I'm now giving you a range of values between 51 and 55. All I'm saying to you is that based on the raw data, the data that was originally calculated, there are two numbers that falls within this range. So my true number has now been lost. So which is why I'm saying to you, when you're given your grouped data, you don't know the true number in your grouped data. All right? You don't know the true number in your group data. So it says the simple answer is no. Let me answer the question again. Can we calculate the mean, the mode, the median from just the table? The simple answer is no. The simple answer is no. Then, sir, what we're going to do then? Not accurately anyway. However, we can estimate. We can make estimates. So what it is that we're doing is not an accurate calculation. When we get our grouped data, we can only estimate the measures of central tendency. Question. Are there any questions?
How you go about estimating?
How go about what?
Doing the estimation.
Okay. Thanks for asking. So it says the groups 51 to 55, 56 to 60, 61 to 65, and 66 to 70 are called class intervals. Class intervals of width 5. So the width of it is 5, and you can check it, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. The width of it is 55. The midpoints are the middle of each class. The midpoints are the middle of each class. So I want you to grab your calculator for me now, and let us check the middle of the class, the midpoints of these class. 51 plus 55 divided by 2, your answer is 51 plus 55 divided by 2, your answer is
51 divided by 51 what?
plus
51
55
plus 55 divided by 2. 53.
53.
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and double check the other summit, please?
I finally feel like to start work again. So a while ago, everything frees up.
Oh no.
So I can go back to where I did ask him to calculate some numbers.
Yes, so I was saying to you that I'm just checking the class with the midpoints.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be 51 plus 55 divided by 2 to get the midpoint here. 56 plus 60 to get the midpoint here. 61 to 65 to get the midpoint. 66 to 70, 66 plus 70 to find the midpoint. and you should get 53, 58, 63, and 68 respectively. Did you?
Sir, I couldn't see the screen or anything, so I didn't do any calculations.
Oh, you not seeing the screen?
I wasn't. Remember I said it froze the computer.
Oh, it froze on your. Oh, are you seeing it now?
Yes, I am.
Good. Dawn, where are you? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Dion?
Yes, sir.
Sheldon? Are you there? Understanding so far?
Yeah.
Thanks for responding, Sheldon. All right. So let's continue. And you don't have to worry about writing up because I will send you this at the end of the class. So it says that we can estimate the mean by using the midpoints. So the midpoints are very important for us to calculate because that's what we're going to be using to estimate the mean of the value of the data. All right? So let us go back to see what the original question talked about. It says, Sheldon, and if
Sir, so how you get the 53 and so on and so forth with the midpoint? How you calculate that? Because I heard you asking in 51 plus 52.
51 plus 55 divided by 2 equals 53.
Oh, okay. Sir, so I divided by 53.
I didn't divide by 53. I'm adding the upper bound and the lower boundary and divided by 2 to find the midpoint.
Okay.
Follow me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us read the question, just to see what the question is saying. Sheldon counted 21 water lilies, and the number of mosquito eggs found embedded were these. So these 21 numbers, in your case you have 22, those numbers represent the number of water lilies that Sheldon would have found. But under each water lily, Sheldon recorded the number of eggs, mosquito eggs that he found embedded under these water lilies. So we're talking about water lilies and mosquito eggs, all right? So why stop and talk about that? So that when you talk about the frequency, this is what I'm talking about, but this here now is representing my mosquito eggs, all right? So it says, can we estimate the mean by using the midpoints? So we can estimate the mean. I'm telling you that we can estimate the mean by using the midpoints. How do we do this? Think about the 7 water lilies in the group 56 to 60. In the group 56 to 60. 56 to 60. There are 7 water lilies in the group 56 to 60. All we know is that they amounted between 56 and 60 mosquito eggs. We know they amounted between 56 and 60 mosquito eggs. We can't tell you anything more than that. So all we know is that they amounted to between 56 and 60. So maybe all 7 of the water lilies contain 56 mosquito eggs. Maybe all 7 of them that he took up counted an equal number of 56 mosquito eggs. Maybe all 7 of them contain 60 mosquito eggs, right? And another variation is that it is more likely that there is a spread of numbers. Some are 56, some are 57, some are 58, etc., etc. All right? So we have to look at the spread of the data. All right? So that's what this 7 water lilies in the group of 56. So I'm just explaining what the frequency is now. All right? So he said that we can take an average and assume that all 7 counted 58 mosquito eggs. Right? And assume that all 7 counted 58 mosquito eggs. So this is what we're doing now. Remember, when we took 56 and 60, 56 plus 60 is 116. And 116 divided by 2 is 58. So we can say that all 7 counted 58 mosquito eggs because that's an average. Can you all agree with that? Can you all agree with that? Me like when my top teacher, my class, my students talk to me, you know.
Sir, I got kicked off feedback.
Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Who is that?
Sir, I think that's me.
You have two devices on?
No, sir, just use laptop. I don't know what's going on.
Mute yourself, mute yourself, mute yourself, mute yourself, Zaddy.
But it's still a freeze up.
All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix it from my side.
Yes, sir, I cannot mute
Oh, I can't do it because I'm not even the host for this class. Strange. Oh, Gabriel, you have two devices on. That's what I asked you.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. In my list of participants, I'm seeing two of you.
That's weird.
What are you using?
My laptop only.
Or claim host now, me can't do with it.
All right. So you did a sign in. You did a sign in on two different devices, Gabriel?
No, sir. Zoom is on my laptop.
So maybe it's running in the background in another window.
That's why I'm trying to fix it, but the computer freezes up.
Gabrielle is using two devices because her name is on it twice.
Yeah, but she said that it's only one device she's signing, so maybe she's signing. Okay, hold on.
Just take out one of them then.
No, man, just hold on.
But the laptop freeze up. Nothing right now.
All right, hold on. I'm able to claim a host from doing this. Let me just.
Yes.
All right. Gabby?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, it's all right. So let me just. I'm gonna send this person the other one in the waiting room. So, Gabby?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I just sorted out the problem. So I sent the other one packing. All right. So let us see if we can continue now.
I was asking what you're doing before because I got kicked off the Zoom. I don't know why.
Oh no, so we're going to estimating the mean from our group data.
Okay.
We're estimating the mean from our group data. So this is where we are now. So when you take an average and then assume that all 7 counted 58 mosquitoes. And why are we saying all 7 counted 58 mosquitoes, sir? Because we took an average of that class interval, and the class, remember we call it class interval, and we're looking at 56 to 60. So when we add up 56 to 60 divided by 2, we're getting 58. So we're looking at that class interval, and we are going to just assume that all 7 of them counted 58 mosquitoes. Now, this is what it is saying here now. Now let us make the table using the midpoints. So look at the midpoints that I'm using. The 53, the 58, the 63, and the 68. And again, I'm doing all of this and I'm counting. So these are my frequencies, all right? Now, what is happening is that our thinking is 2 water lilies counted 53 mosquitoes. 2 water lilies counted 53 mosquitoes. 7 water lilies counted 58 mosquito eggs. 8 water lilies counted 63 mosquito eggs. and 4 water lilies counted 68 mosquito eggs, right? So in other words, we can imagine that the data is going to look like that. I'm going to have 253, see here, 53 and 53. Then I'm going to have 7. Can you mute for me, please? All right, so what I'm saying to you is 2 water lilies counted 53 mosquitoes, see the 2 here? Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 count 58 mosquitoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them count 63 mosquito eggs, and 1, 2, 3, 4 count 68 mosquito. 8 count 63 mosquito eggs, and 4 count 68 mosquito eggs. So that's what the group data is saying to us. The group data is not giving us the accurate values. Because if you look at that and you compare it, and let me write it here. Let me go back to this one. Copy. And I'm going to compare it. Let us compare. Let us compare it to the raw data. So look at the raw data.
Sheldon wrote something.
Oh, Sheldon wrote something. All right. So, what did he write? Where the range is for the data, where the range is specified. Yeah, man. The range was 70 for one, and 53 for the other. So the upper boundary was 70. See here. So the upper boundary was 70 in this case. The upper bound was 70 in this case, Sheldon, and the lower bound here is 53. So yes, they were specified in this particular case. So the upper bound, no, for the group data. So for the group data, this is going to be the lower boundary and the upper boundary for the group data. So 51 is a lower boundary, 55 is the upper boundary. So I'm going to add both boundaries. 51 plus 55 divided by 2, and I'm going to get 53. And this is the 53 that we're using here, which is the midpoint. So that is known as the midpoint. Don't know if I've answered this. So you want to comment on that, Sheldon? I'm watching the chat. So comment, please. Let me know that you understand, so I can move on. No, because it is 51. You remember we did say that we're using a 5-point. So remember we said right here, we want to obtain 4 groups. So if I use 51 to 61, it means that I use 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. It means that my group width is going to be 11. And I don't want the group width to be 11. See, my width is 5. So if I had done that, the width now will be 11. Oh, because you're walking up and down. I understand that you're at work. I hope that you're at work. But okay, fine. So you missed that part. Yeah. So the question that I've said to you, what group size to use? So our group width is going to be 5. So if I use the one that you're suggesting, 51 to 61, it means that I'm using an 11 width. All right? Okay. Okay, he says got you. All right, fine. So let us continue. So we're comparing our raw data between it now. So let us look. So we have 153 now. You remember, it's only 153 we had in the original data, which this is here. This is our original data. We had only 153. But in this case now, because the midpoint is 53, we're just going to call it 53, 53. So this one here is reduced by 2. And this here, we have 56, 56, 58, 58, 59, 60. We call all of this as 58. So the point I'm making is we are missing some values when we use the group data when compared to the actual raw data that we're supposed to be using. So look at what is happening. As I told you, this is the midpoint, and the midpoint is denoted is we're using x as the midpoint here, and of course f is my frequency, and you know this. So this table is the same table that we have been using all along, which is this. All I'm doing now is just calling the midpoint x and calling the frequency f, and then I'm going to find fx, and this is not fx, this is f times x actually. So we'll be finding f times x, which is midpoint times frequency. So 53 times 2 is 106, 58 times 7 is 406, 63 times 8 is 504, and 68 times 4 is 272. Do me a favor. All of this was done at early morning. So I want you to double check to make sure that that is correct, please. Sheldon still there? Following? Okay, good. Gabby?
Yes, sir, I'm following.
Mm-hmm. Don't stay with us. Go ahead, Gabby.
Yeah, you can scrub so I can see the midpoint. Something is frozen on the screen, so I can't see the midpoint properly.
The midpoint is being projected.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Mm-hmm.
The laptop is still frozen, so I'm just sitting and looking at the frozen screen, but I can still follow.
Okay. All right. So that's what are my calculations correct for my f times x? Are those calculations correct, please, guys?
Yes.
All right. Good job. So now, what I want you to do, as I told you before, when we add 2 plus 7 plus 8 plus 4, we get 21. And we know we expect 21 because initially Sheldon collected 21 samples of the water lilies, don't it? Mm-hmm. Do me a favor now. I want you to add up 106, 406, 504, and 272 and tell me your sum.
1285. Oh, you get 1288.
Try it again, man. Remember, always to clear your calculators before you start the actual calculations.
So it is correct. 1288 is correct. 1188 is correct.
Very good. I'm waiting for the others to tell me that they agree with me.
Yeah,
Okay,
I agree.
okay, all right, good. And Sheldon also says that he agrees. All right. All right, so let's go. I am, sorry, 1 minute. So what I'm doing here now is giving you enough time just to say to me that you are following what it is that I said.
So far.
So far, good. I think Sheldon is following based on what it is that he wrote. I know you're following, Don. Gabby, I know your screen frozen. Dion, following, honey?
Mm-hmm.
I'm following, sir.
Good job. All right. I don't want to leave anybody behind, because you have work to do for me today. I sat up and I prepared a lot of work for you. And so you have work to do for me today. All right, let's go. So now, then, our estimate of the mean to complete this race. Sorry, this is Um,
Mosquitoes, eggs.
mosquito eggs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I was about to write? On the hyacinth. I remember doing this in biology. We would have to go and find some things, but the water lilies were actually called hyacinths. There's a hyacinth. I mean, you know, those flora and fauna people tell you. So, you know, in my lab write-up, I had to say that the eggs were found on the hyacinth. So that's exactly what I was talking. I nearly write a while ago.
That keep it with, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, God, that was not like sexy. But
So,
that.
so what was that? And or estimate of the mean mosquito eggs found would be this. The estimated mean would be this 1288 divided by 21, and that's how we get our 61.33. So, in short, you may say, Lord Jesus, sir, how may I remember all of this? You notice all of what is happening here are my explanations. All of this here, right up, are my explanations. When you're doing the question, you don't have to write up all of them. Something you jump from one thing to the next. You move from this piece of table here, from this table. You just jump from this table, cut out all of them right up here, so, and then you just put in your midpoint time frequency and just get that. You add up all of this, you get a total, divided total by 21, and that's your mean, sir. Done. All right. So what I'm saying to you here now is that this is very close to the exact value we got earlier, 61.333. Let us look at the mean that we got when we did it up here, 61.38, right? So you see that this is an accurate value, you know, because we actually use the raw data. But when we use our grouped data, we are getting an estimation of the mean to be 61.33, all right? So it is, that's the best we can get to it because of all of the averages that were used in getting the information. All right. So with that said, that is the mean. Let us look at how we'll do the what next? The median. Let us look at how we'll do the median. Again, somebody just left. Gabby gone. Yeah, Gabby's gone. All right. She'll join back. So let us go with what is happening here. So we're going back to our original question. And our original question will tell me my mosquito eggs and will tell me my intervals, my class intervals. And it will also, sorry, did she come in? Yes. Welcome back, Gabby. And my class interval rather, will dictate to me my midpoints, support and so on. Then I have my frequency. So this is what we started from original stuff. It says the median is the middle value, which is our class, which in our case is the 11th one, which is 61 to 65. Now remember, our middle value, we're talking about the median. The median is the middle value, which in our case is the 11th one, which is in the 61 to 65 group. Sir, we're talking about the 11th one. And I'm only making reference to this question. Let us look why we call it the 11th one. 1,
Sir,
2.
21 values 11 and by 11.
Right. Go. Very good. Very good. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is what this is known as the 11th one. All right. And counting from this way is supposed to be the same one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, but this is what I'm talking about when I speak of the 11th one. All right. So it's the 11th one which falls in the 61 to 65 group. So what I'm interested in right here, so now, is this group. Not only that, but that too. No, I don't like to prefer something else. Or I could do a fill. So so that's the one I'm interested in. The 61 to 65 group and with the frequency of 8. So let us go now. It says we can therefore say that the median group is 61 to 65. So my median group is 61 to 65. So why do I call it the median group? It is called the median group because my median value falls within that group. My median value falls within that group. To estimate the median value, we need to take a closer look at the 61 to 65 group. We know that the median falls right there. We need to take a closer look at the 61 to 65 group. Look at what we're going to be doing. I'm giving you a formula. I'm teaching you by giving you a formula method. All right? Now, here what is going to happen now, guys. This is the second formula that you will be introduced to. We looked at the mean formula. X bar is the mean.
Wow, what a formula.
Don't worry about it, Dion. When I explain it, it's going to be so easy.
There are no formulas to find the mode or median. There are no formulas for that?
Well, this is the median formula when you're talking about the group data. Yeah, but this is it now. So what I expect you to all do for me is to get some cue cards and you're going to write the formulas down because this course has a lot to do with formulas. So you're going to get your cue cards and you're going to write these formulas down. Now when you write the formulas down, what you're going to do for me is to memorize these formulas. You're going to study the formulas so it is that you can remember what these formulas are saying. You're going to study the formulas and memorize what these formulas are saying. All right? So when it is that you need to do a calculation, you don't have to wonder which one I use. You will know exactly which one to use. All right, let's go. So we're going to be using the estimated median formula, which is L plus N over 2 minus B all over G times W. Lord Jesus, sir, what are you talking about? Right not. Let us define L, M, B, G, and W. What do you think W is?
So the width.
Very good. What do you think L is? All right, never mind. So L is going to be the lower class boundary of the group contained in the median. So the lower class boundary is going to be 61 minus 0.5. And you get 6.
By lower class boundary, sir.
Huh?
So what do you mean by lower class boundary?
So this is my boundary. 51 is my lower boundary. I think this is what Sheldon had asked earlier. 51 is my lower boundary and 55 is my upper boundary. So I have my class width. So my class width is 61 to 65. The lower boundary in my class width is 61. It's going to be 61 minus 0.5 and the upper boundary is going to be 65 plus 0.5. So I'm taking 0.5 away from it and I'm adding 0.5 to it. So the lower boundary, I'm taking away 0.5. The upper boundary, I'm adding 0.5. So when you look at the lower boundary is going to be 61 minus 0.5. The upper boundary is going to be 61 plus 0.5. So the lower boundary minus, which makes sense. The upper boundary you add. Lower boundary minus, upper boundary you add. All right? So the L is representing the lower boundary. The lower boundary of the group containing the median. The lower boundary of the group containing the median. All right?
Yes, sir. We get it. Never see the rest side. No.
Okay.
I don't know why I choose that specifically, but it's like the group containing the median.
All right. And then also, N is going to be the total number of values. N is going to be the total number of values. B is going to be the cumulative frequency of the group before the median group. B is the cumulative frequency of the group before the median group. So we talk about cumulative frequency. I'll show you. cumulatively, things are added up, right? But B is a cumulative frequency of the group before the median, and G is a frequency of the median group. W, of course, is the width of the group. All right, so let's go. So L is 60.5, as I told you, because we're talking about the 61st, the lower, the 61st to 50, 67. So 61 to 65. My lower, my upper, I'm subtracting 1 from the lower. Sorry, I'm subtracting 0.5 from the lower, and I'm adding 0.5 to the upper. So I'm using the lower one. L is the lower one. U will be the upper one. L is the lower one. L for lower, U for upper. So it's L. So it's going to be 61 minus 0.5 is this 60.5. N is 21 for me because I have 21 numbers. Divided by 2 minus. It says a cumulative. B is a cumulative frequency of the group before the median. Cumulative means things that are added up in sequence. So the median group is, it says B is a cumulative frequency of the group before, group or groups, before the median group. So you see this one here? So this is before it. So I'm going to add 2 plus 7 because it's before the median. So that's why I have this 2 plus 7 right here. And then G is going to be the frequency of the median group. The frequency of the median group is 8, so G is going to be 8 down here. And of course, times 5, which is my class width. Times 5, which is my class width. All right? All right. Okay. Any questions so far?
So again, scroll back up to the formula.
Say it again.
If you can scroll back up to the formula. Can't go back down now, sir.
All right. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All I'm doing here, I'm just substituting my values. I'm looking at my data set, then I'm substituting the values into the formula. Easy 1, 2, 3. This 60.5 is 60.5. 21 over 2 is 10.5. 2 plus 7 is 9. So this is going to be 10.5 minus 9, which is equal to 1.5 over 8 times the 5. 5 times 1.5 is 7.5 divided by 8, which gives me 0.9375. Plus the 60.5 gives me 41.4375. You just put this in the calculator and let's work it out.
So you have to show the working.
You do get points for it. So I would say yes. Waiting on you to tell me that you understand.
Me, you're waiting on me to say I understand, sir?
The class.
Oh, the class. Sir, I understand.
What about you, Sheldon? Dion? Dawn? Somehow don't feel like you're asleep on me, like you're under some covers in your bed, and you sip your tequila or your margarita, and You have your nice Jackie Chan movie, a show on your big screen TV. Is that true, Don? Anything in there true?
That would be nice.
Don't trust me.
Like a lot.
Um, I, I,
I
I,
am
I,
just trying to absorb all of this.
yes, and I know, you know, as I said
I want to
before,
say, I want to say I don't understand, but if we
mhm.
could go at a slow motion.
No problem. No problem at all, because guess what? I want to go through this example because you're going to be doing some examples for me in class. The truth of the matter is the sort of energy that you came to class with on Tuesday is not there for tonight. It's not there for tonight. Um,
Well, I'm big much,
huh?
a big much,
We know that. But guess what? We're going to
I
understand
just
this piece
try
now.
to understand when it
Sir,
is.
fine, ma'am. I have a child. Thinking about my dad in between class. I'm calling him as he's at the hospital, as I said.
Yeah. All
So
right.
I brain is all over.
All right. So do me a favor then. Do me a favor. So what you had there was 22 values, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hmm.
All right.
Yes.
So you had your 28 values. So do me a favor. I want you to create your table of the mosquito eggs and go and fill out the frequency table. Drop this table for me and fill out yours. So I'm going to do it step by step. Instead of going through all the stuff, I'm going to do it in trances so you can just do stuff little by little with me. So I can at least get you to speak up a little bit more because I'm really hearing my voice more than I'm hearing your voices. So what I'm asking you to
Sometimes it's
do,
like that, sir.
yeah,
Some
that's
days
fine.
are like that.
I know, that's fine. But I want to make sure I don't want to finish my lecture and I feel like, yeah, it's like what I left Tuesday and I said, yes, them understand this. I want to be able to say the same thing for tonight. So do me a favor. And woo, we have 20 minutes left. So if I don't do the other one, it's not a problem. I mean, I have a whole host of, I'm on at page 7 and I have 13 pages so far. So don't worry about it. I don't have to finish this document tonight. That's not my aim. So what I want you to do, I want you to copy this table for me in your books.
Did it
Uh,
already.
and then now you're going to fill out the frequency. Your frequency is going to be different from mine, because you have 22 numbers. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to fill out the stuff correctly using your table, the values that you have. Remember, I made an error and put an extra 56 in there. So
Oh
you need to,
boy.
yeah, man. So you need to um to fill out the table with the correct stuff. Matter of fact, I shouldn't be projecting that table. I should be projecting this table. And then when you do that, I want you to calculate the midpoint for me. No, the midpoint is already calculated. I want you to calculate the midpoint times the frequency and tell me your sum right here. And then end up now calculating the estimated mean for me.
So you can repost the work, sir.
Say that again?
If you can repost the work you sent in the group.
Mm-hmm. I sure can. But I'm looking for DSC.
Sir, I can go sleep, please.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go sleep.
You can work?
I want to sleep.
I know this. You try, go wash your face, and Yeah, I understand, but no, love you too. Love you too.
Mm.
All right. So, are you finished with that table?
Um, uh,
I give it 2 more minutes. How are we? What did we get for our total frequencies? Total frequency is? Hello? Anybody, somebody? Hello, somebody talk to me, please. Are you hearing me? Hello?
Yes, sir, we're hearing you.
Come on, so talk to me now. What did you get for your total frequency? Hello? I would love if my class talked to me.
Yes, sir, I'm lost.
No, but say something to me. Say something to me. I don't want you to sit there and wallow in despair. Say something to me.
Sorry, sir. The picture you sent me never legible, so I had to write it out. Can hardly see it on the phone. So I'm not finished.
Dawn, right? What are you not seeing, Dawn?
You sent the picture?
No. That was something different. Gabby missed the homework in the group, so she asked me to resend it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Come down, talk to me. Tell me what you're not seeing. See?
What is it? Can you go again? What did you ask for?
So what I want you to do is, I want you to look at the group. I want you to calculate the midpoints for me. And then I also want to include your frequency. So the midpoints were already calculated. 58, 50, 53, 58, 63. Based on your data, Dawn, tell me how many um, let us look at this.
The audio is going in and out.
My audio is going in and out.
Yes, sir. I'm not hearing
Okay.
any other word.
Are you
Sir,
see? Yes, please.
Not hearing
on another night I forgot to tell me, I'm not absorbing nothing. I want to sleep.
All
Sorry.
right. Um,
I don't know if I can join the other class.
no, you have to join the other classes. The other class is a course specific class. It's health and safety you have. So you need to sit up for them. All right. I am going to. All right.
Sorry, sir. My apologies. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I am going to.
That's what I do.
I'm going to end it here. And
Mm.
I'm gonna end it here, and then I'm gonna just post this piece of information that we did tonight in the group. I'm not posting everything because I don't want to get overwhelmed just by looking at everything. I'm going to be posting how it is that we calculate the mean from the group data and the median. Matter of fact, I may just do the mean alone. I know I did median tonight, but I need to look at the mean. All right, now hear me out. I understand that it's mathematics. I know last week you guys breezed through it. We're doing the same thing that we did last week, except that the data is grouped. Sometimes they will go into the exam and sometimes they give the data that is not grouped. And then in the exam, they ask you to group the data. And from the group data, they ask you to calculate the measures of central tendencies. So I am giving you the question, the teaching, so that whenever, however they ask you, you'll be in a position to answer. So we're going to take a break. We're going to call it a night from here.
Sir, where are you going to send this information? Because I can
WhatsApp.
read it over and do it. Okay.
Man, I'm going to send it via WhatsApp. That's where I'm going to send the notes, because at least
I'll
I know
read it
everybody gets
over
it.
and do
Yeah,
it.
man.
And do it.
And
And
then
then I'll WhatsApp it to you.
and they will continue. That's all right, guys.
Yeah, man.
All right. Bless your heart.
All right,
Later,
sir.
guys. Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Cool. Take care, guys.